not all percentages are created equal. And so there's a reason why there's a 14% addition to this and there's a 6% addition to this, because below those numbers, it doesn't work or doesn't have the same efficacy. And that's where a lot of skincare lines go wrong, right? They will put in the buzzword ingredients, but not at significant active levels to actually do anything. And so that's the good part about having a physician-backed skincare line, because we're going to put in stuff that works.
Today, we are diving into something really exciting. Our newest Beverly Hills MD products designed to help you achieve youthful, glowing skin from the inside out.
Yeah, this has been our baby since 2013. And the idea was, being plastic surgeons always helps because we can see 100 different skincare lines. We talk to patients, see which ones work. And ultimately, you can kind of pick and choose the ones that you really feel are necessary and then try to make them better. I mean, I really think that there is a significant importance to science-backed skincare.
Absolutely. And that's what we believe in, because we believe in evidence-based medicine. And everything we do as plastic surgeons, any procedure we do, any medication we use, we do it because there has been some sort of science behind it. Mm-hmm. And I believe that skincare should be the same way. It shouldn't be because a celebrity put it on her face and she thinks it makes her look good.
Right.
Or one-off person that you met said, oh, this group came to my house and they were selling skincare and it worked. The science has to be behind it for it to truly work. And that's why we're so excited and have been for so long. And that's why this skincare line has lasted for as long as it has, because there's science behind it.
Why do you think that we focus so much on innovation in skincare?
I think more you love actually trying everything, which I love, but we love it because it is a direct extension of us.
Definitely.
We love it because it's our way to help others achieve this youthful glow from the inside out and from the outside. In the sense that how many patients have come to us over the last 15 years and said, I really need a good skincare line.
Right.
And that's why we did this. And the beauty of our line, and I still believe it, and if you have been following us since the inception, is we continually are evolving. Mm-hmm. We're continually building and we're continually making new products. And that's where the innovation happens. If we had 5 products and it stayed that way since 2013, well, there'd be no innovation, right?
Yeah, look, you always have hero products, the ones that stand the test of time. They always do well. But science is changing so rapidly that I feel like if you don't ride the wave, you'll get tossed in. And I feel like we've done a pretty good job of that. I mean, if we ask just questions back and forth to try to show the importance of who we are, what we do, and why we believe in this.
Sure.
How do you think our medical background helps in creating skincare?
I mean, I think it's everything, because the only other person that is helpful to us is a chemist. Mm-hmm. Other than that, we know exactly what we're doing because of a few things. Number one, we know the physiology of how everything's working, why we age, what are the key reasons why wrinkles, sunspots, sagging, anything that people are concerned with that come to us. We know the biochemical reason of why this is happening. That's number one. Number two, we have been studying this since we've been around, literally for the last 20 some odd years. We've been in the field of medicine, and it's all based on journal articles, evidence-based medicine, textbooks, and then for the last 16 years, direct patient interaction with our own plastic surgery patients. You get to see it. If you give someone something, or if you do something for someone and it looks great and it works, then you're like, wow, this really works. How much further can I take this? If it doesn't work, then it's another story. And I think that's one of the biggest reasons, but what's your take on it?
Yeah, look, I think there's a difference between following trends and creating products that actually work. And we can look at TikTok and I see so many ridiculous DIY things to try to all achieve the same thing. And again, you had touched on it. It was knowing the physiology on cellular turnover in the skin, what makes healthy skin versus what doesn't, and what we lose as we age and how we can supplement that. Mm-hmm. And when you put in active ingredients into a particular line, you have to understand that not all percentages are created equal. And so there's a reason why there's a 14% addition to this and there's a 6% addition to this, because below those numbers, it doesn't work or doesn't have the same efficacy. And that's where a lot of skincare lines go wrong, right? they will put in the buzzword ingredients, but not at significant active levels to actually do anything. And so that's the good part about having a physician-backed skincare line, because we're going to put in stuff that works. And so I wanted to talk about some of the new products we have. And the interesting part is when we're dealing with skin and health and well-being and things like that, it's not always a cream that you put on your face.
Absolutely. And that's something that we kind of got into a little bit later than we should have. But yes, very true.
Yeah. And so I wanted to highlight our first product we have recently launched called the Metabolic Reset. And we're saying skin starts from within. We've had the dermal repair complex for a long time. And the key ingredients, we did have some DHT blockers. We have MSM. There are all kinds of different things in there to help improve the texture and quality of hair, skin, and nails. And so I think the dermal repair complex is a phenomenal supplement that you take 2 pills a day. And again, we are passionate about this. So of course we're pushing this line because we really believe in it. But the Metabolic Reset is something a little different. And we were talking about it on our break, and we thought, there was a particular patient and we're looking at improving the quality of the skin. She's a little overweight. And we thought, why didn't we think of applying some of these things to a lot of our patients? Sometimes the healthier you are, meaning the healthier your metabolism is, the healthier your skin is.
Absolutely.
Right? The slower your metabolism is, sometimes you have sluggish cellular turnover. And although we can force it with retinols and all kinds of things, the idea is this: if we can get our body in prime tip-top shape, regardless of age, your skin will follow suit. It's an organ. Yes. In fact, the largest organ. Absolutely. And so it serves multiple different utilities as far as protection and immune support and integrity. Our waterproof portion of, protects everything on the inside. So the goal is, let's work on our metabolism first. And so if we look at, I've definitely pushed for this product. It's the first weight management product. And I was so excited to develop this because there's such a huge push. There's another topic that we were talking about is the GLP-1 agonists.
Absolutely.
And so the Ozempics and even the next level GLP-2s like tirzepatide, Mounjaro. And the idea is that they're miraculous for weight loss. They really are. They slow
controlling A1C, diabetes control. Definitely.
For sure. It's glucose metabolism. It's reducing cravings. It's slowing down the gastric emptying. And so we've seen our patients with just massive amounts of weight loss.
Incredible.
But the problem is these particular peptides don't necessarily discriminate where that weight is coming from. And we've seen large amounts of muscle wasting. We've seen, skin sagging and all kinds of things. So we created a product that will naturally cause you to set your metabolic number differently. Meaning it's a metabolic constant. So let's say, just to give a brief example, we call it a metabolic constant because your body is going to try to keep you at a particular weight. And that is genetic based. And there are a few other components to that. But let's say you start off with a metabolic constant. So if you are 5'4", 180 pounds, and your body wants you to be at 180 pounds, you will diet, exercise, do whatever you can. You'll lose the weight and your body will want to drive your weight back. So as soon as you stop, that's why we have the quote unquote rebound effect and people start gaining work back. We have created a product that will actually reset that metabolic constant. And we do this by increasing or stimulating a particular hormone called adiponectin. Now, the more adiponectin you have, the more fat you burn. The less adiponectin, which is usually what happens as we age, we see that hormone slowly decrease, you put on weight. So we're looking at multiple different ingredients. And so some of the key ingredients, the very first one is a compound that was basically taken from a Cameroonian root, and this is called diglomera. And the idea behind this is Diclostachys glomerata. This will increase your adiponectin levels. And it's actually really powerful. But we didn't want to run into some of the same issues as some of the GLP-1s. And so not only did we add other ingredients like berberine. Berberine is another adiponectin stimulator and it reduces cravings.
I actually take it every day.
Definitely do. And it regulates glucose metabolism. And so these are all natural plant-based ways of doing this. Now, we have also added L-arginine. Now, L-arginine will essentially preserve muscle mass. So now diglomera has a particular mixture that's within it. So now when we add the L-arginine, we have studies showing that without this, the weight loss that occurs sometimes with just the Diglostacus glomerata, that you will lose amounts of weight, but it doesn't discriminate. When you have this particular mixture, and it's a proprietary blend, but you will lose 100% of the fat instead of losing some muscle, which is fantastic.
And the nice part about a lot of this fat that's targeted is that intra-abdominal fat, right?
Right.
A lot of people think that maybe, that it's just all external fat. But some of that internal fat is the bad fat that we really want to get rid of.
Right.
And we can't get rid of it unless we really do lose significant weight.
Yep.
That's why as a liposuction surgeon, I can't do any help for people that have internal fat. So
Right.
this is a great supplement for that.
Yeah, it's so funny. You always think about the uncle who tries showing you how hard his belly is because there's no external fat,
Right.
but it's all internal. It kind of bows out a big pot belly, but it's really hard.
Absolutely.
That is all intra-abdominal fat. The great part about this supplement, again, you have the diglomera, you have the amino acid that will preserve muscle mass, and then we add other things that help cleanse the cell, such as a particular type of cinnamon. Believe it or not, adding cinnamon to food will counter the detrimental effects of sugar. That's why we always say that that's a great additive or substitute for your food. So
I'm just curious. The ingredients sound great. It sounds relatively natural. Like it's all like plant-based. So you're not
and extremely powerful.
Any type of medicine. So who should consider adding this to their routine?
Look, I think that anyone who is trying to lose the extra couple pounds to try to get yourself into that prime state, right? The idea behind this is we are trying to improve your metabolism. So indirectly, it improves the cellular metabolism in your skin. And that is the entire goal behind this, right? So as a byproduct, you lose weight. As a bonus, your skin will appear healthier. You pair this with a dermal repair complex, and it's, again, you put those two together and it can be phenomenal, right? We're stimulating collagen, we're reducing the conversion of dihydrotestosterone to DHEA, and ultimately will improve your hair, skin, and nails. So the combo of those two is just phenomenal.
And the bonus is that you're going to have better glucose control, which is also going to actually help the majority of your organs, because glucose control, we know, helps with everything from eyes to kidneys to your blood vessels to everything. I'm very curious about something. What are the results that someone can expect? Because I know, a lot of people are going to say to themselves, can I use this instead of a GLP-1? If I'm on Ozempic, can I just throw my Ozempic away and take this? Because it sounds really good. I'd rather take this than anything else.
Yeah, look, I would always start with this. Certainly, it's much less expensive, right?
Much less. You're talking about thousands of dollars savings a month.
Even if you look at something, let's say this is $60 or something like that, and sometimes you even have deals that make it cheaper if you buy in multiple jars and things like that. But the idea is, I would try this.
Berberine, I think.
Of course.
I'm going to start taking this instead.
Yeah, I would say what you can expect. I would give it at least a 3-month trial.
Yes.
The good part about all our products is we have 90-day money-back guarantee. The only thing that we subtract is the shipping, but otherwise you can return an empty bottle. You try it. I would give it 90 days. So you try it for 3 months. And if you do not see significant change in your body composition, then we're eating more than we usually have been. We're not exercising at all, this sedentary life. But I expect you to shed pounds over that 3 months.
And that's a key point too. John's making a really good point here. Don't think that any of these supplements are a substitute for you to just go out and be reckless. Now, with everything, whether you're taking dermal repair complex, you still have to wear sunscreen. You still have to take care of your skin. And vice versa, if you're taking the metabolic reset, doesn't mean that you're going to just eat a burger every day and fries and just sit on the couch. Still maintain that diet and exercise regimen, because if you do that, then you'll actually see the effects of this.
The next product, we have a Plump and Glow vitamin C serum. This is next level hydration. And to kind of highlight this, why don't you describe how important is hydration for youthful skin?
Kind of like you said a minute ago, it's our biggest organ. And the way we work as humans is hydration really kind of keeps us going, keeps us plump. If you've ever felt like, you feel dehydrated, you feel down, well, the biggest organ needs to be filled. It's that gas tank. If you don't fill the gas tank, you're going to feel very kind of sunken in, sallow. You're not going to have that good turgor or pinch to your skin. The human body runs with hydration. Right. So that's one of the things when you go into emergency room and you're not feeling well, first thing they do is put an IV in. to hydrate you.
Yep.
So skin runs on hydration. It keeps it moist and glowing and dewy, and it's just beautiful. So very, very, very important.
Yep. The hydration status in our skin reduces to critical levels as we age. And that's because we start losing the cellular connections. There are gaps between the cells. We lose not only the ability to hold on to water because we've lost our hyaluronic acid, so that decreases as well, but we also have more evaporative losses just because of these gaps between our cellular connections. And so it's really important to maintain youthful skin. You know, we're 2/3 water.
Yep,
and the idea is
we're all water.
the idea is you want to keep that at a maximum. What happens when the skin loses moisture over time? What do you see in our patients?
We age, whether it's in your arms or your face. I mean, it's you just see that the tightness of the skin goes away, becomes loose. You develop wrinkles. You look in the mirror and you just feel like everything's fallen. It's interesting. I tell people when I inject dermal fillers, I'm like, the more you hydrate, the plumper it'll get. It's the same thing. That hyaluronic acid fills our skin. One of the main components to us looking hydrated and filled is the hyaluronic acid. And without that hydration, we don't have it. So it's very necessary. Or we're going to lose all of that fullness to our skin.
As far as some of the key ingredients in Plump and Glow, how do they work?
So Plump and Glow is a kind of a super vitamin C serum. And it's made by a special ingredient, an Australian plum. I always say it wrong. I think it's called kakadu.
Kakadu plum.
The kakadu plum. It sounds funny, but it's true. And it's a superfood, really, made from Australia. It's got the highest concentration of vitamin C in the whole world. So that is the main ingredient, but there's some others. And that vitamin C really visibly volumizes, smooths, it firms, brightens the look of the skin.
Yeah, because vitamin C is essentially a cofactor for collagen production. And
Absolutely.
So that is a necessary component.
So the first ingredient is that superoxy. Then the second thing is niacinamide.
Definitely.
Always been one of my favorite ingredients for all skincare lines. What niacin does, niacin in a simple way is just a vitamin, right? It's one of the B vitamins. And it vasodilates your blood vessels. It's been used since the inception of time for actual like hypertension, can bring your blood pressure down, but it vasodilates so much it can flush your skin. Topically, it actually brings blood flow to your face. And it's really a great, great, great way to make your face glow. I love it. It makes me kind of look like I'm a little more tan when I use it, but it's healthy. So it really kind of shrinks the pores. It takes that texture and kind of smooths it. I love the way it tightens the skin. And all of it is from just bringing more blood flow to it. Next is one of my favorite fruits. It's pomegranate seed oil. And again, what I find so innovative about the skincare line, and we talked about this before, is we're not just using the same chemicals that people use. We really try to look for good organic ingredients that can give us great results. And the pomegranate seed oil has a lot of ellagic acid. And basically it's called liquid gold for anyone wanting to even out the appearance of redness or hyperpigmentation. So now you've got something to really tighten. You've got something to bring in more blood flow. Now you got something else to kind of take the redness and the hyperpigmentation away. And then lastly, the red algae. And this is the prize ingredient that is packed with nourishing amino acids and polysaccharides that help your lipid barrier for visibly soft, supple, and youthful looking skin. So by using these 4 things together and really that super ox vitamin C, you get this exactly what it's called, Plump and Glow.
Yeah. Next product, Titan Taut. This is the secret to sculpted skin. And I have to tell you, both Kendall and I love this product.
Yeah, look at John's face. It's tight and twice. It's taut.
You know, I will tell you that applying this, so this was so fun to make. I guess the question where this came into play is, what causes skin laxity as we age?
A lot of it has to do with the loss of collagen and elastin, right? And it's easy to be like, oh, I'm just going to give you all this stuff. And we do have ingestible collagen, which works, but I like topical products.
Yeah.
So how do they boost collagen, help with skin repair? And really, how does the Titan Taut work to firm the skin?
It's ultimately the mixture of ingredients that we put in it. So why don't you read down the list and we'll kind of discuss each one of these things and how they play an important role in the skin.
So Titan Taut, here we go. Volpara, Volpura, cutting edge form of purple cone flower. Extract helps lift the look of loose, low-hanging skin around the most sag-prone areas of the face, including the jaw, cheeks, and chin.
Valpura.
I can't say anything.
Yeah, no, this is, again, we're using plant-based peptides to essentially firm the skin. And again, when you mix these at appropriate concentrations, what you'll get is a firming effect when it comes in contact with the air. So the goal of this, obviously, and you'll feel it. You put it on your skin and you'll immediately feel almost like a shrink wrap, but you can animate. You know, it's the problem with some of those products. Yeah, some of those products you put on and it eliminates the bags under the eyes or it removes the wrinkles, but as soon as you smile, it cracks. And so it's ridiculous. This will not do that.
The other real key ingredient is Reforsil. And Reforsil is derived from natural plant extract. Again, we're going for plants, 5-leaf ginseng and rock rose, plus a collagen supporting amino acid called L-glutamine.
Yep.
This advanced compound helps improve visible firmness, elasticity, and smoothness of the skin.
L-glutamine, imagine, is the muscle in your skin cells. And so your dermal cells, the L-glutamine is an important amino acid that keeps youthful looking skin because it serves as the muscle. It kind of holds up we'll say, imagine Atlas holding up the world. It's kind of the internal structural pole to hold up the cell.
And I know that one of the most common questions that all patients ask is, man, I love this. This is great. How long does it take to see the results from this product?
You know, the good part, I would say for most of our products, what we do is we put active ingredients that will give you an initial immediate result, but also that there are long-term actives. And so the more you use it, the more improved the quality and texture of the skin is, right? So when you first put this on, I would say a dime to nickel sized area, and you put it on your skin. I love putting it on at night, and then you can put it on in the morning as well. And so you'll immediately see a result. Your skin is it looks a hint dewier, but you feel the difference. Like I said, it's almost like a quick little shrink wrap. But over time, you know, usually we say that collagen stimulation and healthy skin, its cellular turnover takes about 6 to 8 weeks. So you need to use a product for at least that to see the peak results. Now, some people can start seeing results within 2 weeks, but the idea is you use it for 6 to 8 weeks and you definitely will see an improvement in skin quality and texture.
And the other question that a lot of the patients also ask is, can I use these in conjunction with your other products?
Definitely.
Yeah.
And so
that's what's important to know.
We always say that you use the lighter serums first, and then you kind of move your way up the line to thicker and thicker products. And this tends to be on the thicker end. So it would almost be a sealant that you would place at the very end. And then you can put makeup over the top if you're female. And again, I think this is a great product that seals in all of the rest of your traditional skincare.
So let's move on to the next product.
This is one of my favorites.
It's got the buzzword. It's got the big buzzword that's going on nowadays, and everyone's talking about it, whether it's GHK copper injected as a peptide or copper used as a skincare product. True. Now, smooth and firm copper peptide, the anti-aging powerhouse.
Yes. So GHK copper has been found. This serves several purposes in the skin. Not only is it an antioxidant, but this has been shown to stimulate not only collagen, but glycosaminoglycans. So it creates the important parts in an extracellular matrix of the skin are what we call GAGs, glycosaminoglycans. That's a portion of it. And then collagen fibrils. And this has been clearly shown to stimulate these. And in fact, it helps with wound healing. And the idea is we're even looking at its repair on DNA in the skin to reverse some of the dermal aging. And so I think that this is just an incredible powerhouse product that everyone should use on their skin. We always talk about the key buzzwords like hyaluronic acid and collagen. Well, this is definitely one of them. So I think copper peptides are definitely an important adjuvant to your skincare.
And why is our smooth and firm copper peptide different from other copper peptide products? And again, it may be a trick question. I kind of know the answer, but I figured I'd ask you.
The formulation that we have is easily able to penetrate through the skin surface. And, you know, some of the thicker formulations will just sit on top of the skin, whereas this will actually be absorbed. And it's a very light.
I love the way this feels.
Yeah,
it's a lovely product.
Not watery, but it's close. So you just put a little bit in your hand, rub it, and wipe it all over your face. And it's immediately absorbed absorbed and you can feel that. So I think that this, again, should be part of everyone's regimen.
And the nice part about this copper peptide, it also has two other key active ingredients. And the two other key active ingredients are, one is a sodium hyaluronate, not Nate. My God. These tiny crystals sink deep into the layers of skin and pull moisture out of the air. So you're really kind of like taking 1,000 times of their own weight in water and then soothing and hydrating the skin of your face and neck.
Right.
And that's great because when you combine that with niacinamide, like we talked about before, vasodilate, and it really just kind of pushes everything in. So I think that's one of the reasons we get such a good collagen stimulation with this GHK copper topically, that I've found it to be just amazing. I would use this even post-procedure.
Yep.
I think it really does help because you can drive it in even more for more collagen production.
Even for our higher end facials where we do exosome injections and microneedling with exosomes, we also add GHK copper as a peptide because we know that it's so powerful. So again, I think everyone should have this in their armamentarium of their skincare line.
I love it. So if someone is new to Beverly Hills MD, because I'll tell you, I had dinner with a guy the other night and he was so fascinated with our products. I gave him some products for his family and he was like, what am I going to do with all this stuff? This is too much. When you go on the website, there are so many products and I'm so proud of all of them. And it's so beautiful to have such an amazingly, the skincare line has so many different products. If someone's new to it, which product should they start with? Because it can get confusing. And that's the only reason I kind of bring that up.
Right. So, it's interesting. I always tell people the same thing for a beginner. We always want to have, outside of a gentle cleanser and a sunscreen, you always want to have 3 kind of things, but I'm almost switching my original.
Okay.
It used to be that I always said you had to have something that had a vitamin C.
Okay.
You had to have a retinol at night and you had to have a good moisturizer.
So the vitamin C we have, which is the Plump Glow.
Right. Or even the dark spot corrector, which is great. And then the activated retinol night solution is something, it's nano encapsulated or micro encapsulated. So it's much easier on the skin. You can use it every night. You're not going to be irritated. But I almost want to replace the good moisturizer with this smooth and firm copper peptide because it's so important in the skin. I don't want to create a 16 item regimen for you, right? But skincare is starting to get really complex. If you want to start with one product, I would use the dermal repair complex.
That's
because
exactly what I was going to say.
It's 2 pills, you take it once a day, and ultimately it will improve the overall appearance of skin, hair, and nails. And then if we're going to topical, that's when it starts getting a little more complex just because we're learning more and more about the skin. So as much as I would love to say, hey, just use this one thing, I would say if it's one product, I would do the dermal repair complex, hands down. If you're going to do one topical product, then I would do the activated night retinol solution because you want to increase cellular turnover.
Let's talk about what's in the works. The metabolic reset is really kind of our baby. We've been talking about this for years. It literally has been years. I guess I selfishly wanted to have it, but what's in the works? What's coming out? What's next? What are we working on? What are we excited about?
So I did want to go back to one thing. If you have questions about which products you should use, what type of skin you have, things like that, you can go to innerskinbeauty.com and you watch this little video. You can take this free test. It's 6 questions. It'll literally take you 5 minutes. You don't have to put an email in or anything else. We're not going to ask for information, but the idea is it will tell you your particular skin type, and then you can effectively start looking at products that will work best for your skin. It's just an easy quiz to take, right?
It's actually fun.
Because we've opened this regenerative medicine clinic in Cabo, and because we feel that regenerative medicine is an extension of cosmetic and reconstructive plastic surgery, I think that you're going to start seeing more supplements and skincare from our line that will incorporate some of these things. We are going to formulate a new night mask for all you that love the Korean masks, the ones that, go onto your face and hydrate, they turn white and then they're clear after a few hours because it's depositing all of the actives. We are looking at formulating something like that, which is amazing. But as far as some new supplements coming down the line, metabolic reset is one. We had a very successful launch that was just a couple weeks ago, and it will launch on the website, I believe, in a week or 2 at the end of this month. And then we do have some more things that we're looking at for cognition and huge antioxidants because we're trying to reduce our cancer risk. And so I know that we can't say that this is for treating cancer or anything like that, but the idea is we're going to try to optimize your body as best we can. So stay tuned with these. These are coming down the pipe.
Very exciting.
And if you want to learn more and you want to see some videos, you can go to our YouTube site, which is Beverly Hills MD YouTube, or you can just go to our simple website, beverlyhillsmd.com, and you have all of the information you could possibly want.
And we have an Instagram handle as well at Beverly Hills MD.
Right. Official Beverly Hills MD.
Absolutely. And to me, again, I think that when it comes to skincare, I personally trust a physician. If it's going to be a physician, I personally would trust a plastic surgeon or a dermatologist because we deal with skin more than anyone else. Right. I wouldn't be going and buying a celebrities line. But again, that's what I think. And I think that we've been doing this for long enough where I think we're trying to steer you in the right direction so you don't have ultra expensive products, stuff that works, that are affordable, and that you can use for a very, very long time. For those of you that are already using our products, we thank you, and we really do welcome and appreciate all the feedback, and that's how we make our products better.
Definitely. And for all the viewers and listeners, keep that feedback coming because this is how we design new products. If there's anything you're interested in, let us know and we can look into it. And we'll let you know whether, a lot of the times on YouTube, we have these videos on whether it's a trend or a game changer. I would definitely log on to those and listen for a little bit because you'll learn more about skincare and you can effectively care for your own skin.
Absolutely.
So I know this is a kind of a plug for our Beverly Hills MD line, but the idea is this. We also wanted to teach you about the necessary ingredients in a good skincare line. You don't have to use ours, but make sure they have some of these ingredients that we discussed and try our products. Again, there's a money back guarantee.
Makes it easy to use.
Yeah. Look, if you're not satisfied, which I know you will be, then you can always return the empty bottle and say, hey, it wasn't for me. If you like this video, you're going to love this one.